Welcome to HT 24/7. I'm Aaron Dean. The Hawaii island of Maui is reeling from catastrophic wildfires and the death toll is rising. Officials there say the number of lives lost is now up to 55 in what has become so far the second deadliest wildfire in the United States in the century. The Advocate Channel's Mike Valerio is in Honolulu with the latest.
Paradise lost.
It's all gone. It's gone.
To an inferno.
What we saw was likely the largest natural disaster in Hawaii's state history.
The wildfires that began raging in Maui Tuesday now closer to being contained, but the death toll is climbing.
We will continue to see loss of life. We also have seen many hundreds of homes destroyed, and that's going to take a great deal of time to recover from.
And officials still unable to determine just how many people are still missing.
Here's the challenge. There's no power. There's no internet. There's no radio coverage.
The fires cutting a devastating path across western Maui, displacing thousands.
I'm just trying to figure out what to do from here.
And reducing the historic town of Lahaina to ash.
Everything is completely wiped out. You know, that used to be the capital of Hawaii, and it was a bustling town, and some of those buildings were still there, all made out of wood, and that whole waterfront is gone. So a lot of history. The world's oldest or biggest banyan tree gone.
President Joe Biden issuing a federal disaster declaration, releasing federal aid to help the state. The U.S. Coast Guard, Navy, and National Guard are working with local authorities in search and rescue efforts, as those who called this island home prepare to face the uncertain path that lies ahead.
I feel like everything's gone. I've seen the pictures.
In Honolulu, I'm Mike Valerio.
On July 29th, O'Shea Sibley was approached by a group of men who allegedly began shouting homophobic slurs while he was voguing at a gas station. An altercation broke out and Sibley was stabbed in the chest. He was transported to a nearby hospital where he was pronounced dead. The Brooklyn DA is now giving an update on that case.
My office is announcing the indictment for the murder of O'Shea Sibley. The death of this young man is both tragic and senseless. We have decided to prosecute this case as a hate crime, and we are moving forward in a joint prosecution with the Homicide Bureau and the Hate Crimes Bureau.
A Florida state attorney suspended by Governor Ron DeSantis Wednesday has filed for re-election. Monique Worrell of Florida's 9th Judicial Circuit was ousted for what DeSantis called, quote, neglect of duty and incompetence, accusing her of pursuing lenient sentences and declining to prosecute certain charges.
I have filed for re-election and I plan to continue to run and re-win my seat by the will of the voters, the way democracy works in this country. The governor and local law enforcement have been really good about pushing false narratives about my role in the system, but it's really important to be clear. The criminal legal system is a collaborative system. It doesn't only rest on the shoulders of the state attorney. There's a judiciary, there is law enforcement, there's a defense bar, and these are the components of the criminal legal system. Any decisions that have been made by attorneys in my office have been ratified by the judiciary. The common theme here is that he is a weak authoritarian and that he is using his power to retaliate against areas in this state that did not support him in the election. We've seen it with what he's doing with Disney, and we're seeing it with where he goes and chooses to suspend or remove duly elected officials. And this is the worst attack on democracy that this country has seen. And something's got to be done to stop it.
And thanks so much for joining us for HT 24/7. For more, you can go to theadvocatechannel.com and even subscribe on the Advocate Channel YouTube page. For HT 24/7, I'm Aaron Dean.